kitchen.
Big surprise.
They get real dicey about pickleball rules. And my guess is, not knowing the backstory, that is probably what happened. It probably had something to do with, like, was the shot in or out? Were you in the kitchen? And then it just escalated.
Yeah. Well, and she was like 12 years younger than him, and he was younger than the other two they were playing. So she's like, she's in trouble. All right. Well, there you go. That's, maybe why I don't play pickleball. A couple times I tried to play, everybody acted like we were at Wimbledon, and I want to go, no, we're over here at the Twin Pines Mall. You need to calm down. All right, let's take it to Turkey. Kayseri, Turkey. Jewelry thief uses forklift to break in, makes getaway on donkey. Okay, so we get two vehicles. Turkish police in Kayseri arrested a suspect accused of using a stolen forklift to break into a jewelry store and steal gold after investigators reviewed security video that also showed the man riding a donkey through town. The police department said the suspect was apprehended Monday after an operation aided by security video. The footage shows the suspect, quote, using a forklift stolen from another address to break into a jewelry shop and steal 150 grams of 14-karat jewelry. That didn't seem like that's worth that trouble.
I wondered if he used a donkey to kick in the window, but I guess he used a forklift.
The video release says he tore open the store's security shutter with the forklift before vandalizing the shop. Other footage from around the town of Ildim shows the individual riding a donkey through the streets. Local media reported the man had been riding his donkey while drunk before deciding to steal the forklift, rob the shop, and though that information could not be independently verified. I'm going to go on and say it happened that way.
For those of you in Chicago who are wondering if the Bears are going to leave to Indiana, I got one for you. A judge has ruled Buffalo Wild Wings is allowed to continue calling their boneless wings boneless, even though they're essentially chicken nuggets. A Chicago man identified as Amin Halim filed a lawsuit claiming the boneless wings are actually not wings. Good luck.
Hee-haw.
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and me, Michelle Smallman. Spring training is up and running, so I'll give you my top 5 storylines of the MLB season Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and me, Michelle Smallman. Spring training is up and running, so I'll give you my top 5.
Wendy here. If you're looking to add a star player to your financial roster, you should take a look at SoFi's personal loans. SoFi's got some amazing moves that would be a valued addition to any team, like low fixed rates when you consolidate your debt, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. View your rate at SoFi.com/roster to get started. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/roster. NMLS 696891.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Tried to cook a simple breakfast this morning, burned the bacon, undercooked the eggs, and now your smoke alarm is filing a complaint? Yeah, it's time to leave it to the pros. Start your day the tasty way at Venus Restaurant and Catering. We're serving up sizzling bacon, fluffy pancakes, and hearty home-cooked meals made fresh every morning. At Venus, we serve comfort food with a creative twist. Whether you come in for breakfast or lunch, it's always fast, fresh, and satisfying. Planning an event? Let us cater it. We can handle any event, big or small, fancy or casual. You tell us what you want, and we'll bring the flavor to you. Let us take the stress off your plate. Fuel your day the Venus way, where every bite feels like home. We also want to thank everyone for letting us serve you with love since 1977. Venus Restaurant and Catering is serving up smiles Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let community broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name. It's a podcast.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, home of the Press Box with Alan Smothers, WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio. Welcome to South Carolina's premier tailgate show, Game Day in the Carolinas, broadcasting from the spacious tailgate of the Community Broadcasters Complex on the PD's 96.3 FM, Sumter's WDXY 105.9 FM, and on Facebook Live. Join Matt and Woody on the tailgate by calling 843-407-5812. And now, your party hosts, Woody Fagan and Matt Jordan.
All right, it is Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And the phone number, 843-407-5812. That's 843-407-5812 on a rainy Saturday morning in the eastern portion of South Carolina. Hope you enjoyed your spring preview. I know I did. Had the windows open for the last 3 days. But reality sets back in next week.
Yeah.
Well, early next week. Early next week. Yeah, we're supposed to go back to the 20s here tomorrow night. All right, so a lot going on this week, especially on this show, because you all right?
Yeah, I was just checking that weather just to make sure. We got a couple days of that cold stuff coming in.
A couple days to remind us, oh, yeah, we're still in winter.
It's going to warm up, though, about midweek.
Yeah. So we've got the PD Ice Cats coming on at 11 today.
We sure do.
We've got more calls for Jerome Singleton to vacate the premises. High school basketball playoffs going on. We have
wrestling in town.
Controversy at the wrestling.
Yeah, who's going to be in the cage match today? Are they doing that? And is there going to be like an Indian strap match too, like the old days?
Is that the Yapapai strap match?
Why not? You know, I'm just wondering. I mean, and do they allow chairs? Can you bring your own?
Can you bring your own chair? Yeah. That would be great if you could. It's like back in the old ECW days.
Yeah.
You just, like, fans could bring in like a frying pan or something like that. You just walk around collecting.
You had to have so many different titles. I mean, you had the world heavyweight title. You had the Intercontinental Champion.
No, I hate to break this to you. It's that fake Greco-Roman stuff.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't like the fake Greco-Roman stuff. I prefer there to be a little flair and flash with mine. A little more excitement.
Absolutely. We got controversy.
Yeah.
At wrestling. We're going to talk about that as well. We got a lot.
I'm also going to throw out, too, just in case you didn't know. It'll be a good game. It's always fun to watch. But the All-State HBCU Legacy Bowl today comes on the NFL Network at 4 o'clock. That's your All-Stars from a lot of your HBL and HBCU schools, and all of these guys are draft eligible that are playing. Yep. So that'll be a lot of fun. It usually is.
The ESPN-owned NFL Network now.
Yes.
That was the big hullabaloo all week is, will Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter work together?
I don't know.
That was the big story this week, really.
Another thing to note too. Josh Leonard over at Wilson.
Yes.
Class 4A Boys Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Josh.
Well deserved. He's gonna go somewhere and be big.
Yes.
He's going to be big somewhere.
He'll tell you he's big now.
Well, I mean, bigger than he
I'm
is
joking.
now.
I know what you mean. I'm just picking at you.
I know.
And just when you thought it was safe to get back on the freeway around Georgia, think again. Couple players from Georgia arrested, reckless driving. Imagine that.
Dogs gonna win national championship.
You know, expected us to pick up the paper and start saying, because Kirby and them, they know what needs to be done. They know what the punishment is. They know all this stuff. But yet you have not picked up a paper saying Georgia players caught picking up trash in local parks. Georgia players caught repairing homeless shelter walls.
What's going on. It's Larry Munson is somewhere. When that Georgia kid gets in the car, Larry Munson says, "Hunker down, dog."
Yeah, that's right, hunker down. You better if you're driving on the road. They were clocked at speeds near and or over 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, well of course, and that should get you a starting place in the Georgia football team.
Yeah, that should get you. Yeah, that's how you get there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, who's willing to sacrifice that one? Because you already know the punishment. You know, know.
They know.
Ask Kirby. They know.
Yeah, they know.
What problem?
Well, yeah. Here we go again, another SEC Media Day where Kirby Smart has to answer.
And I think the real question is, did he put his blinker on when he was changing lanes at 100 miles an hour? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean,
was his technique proper?
Well, if he did that, he'd be better than half the drivers in Florence County.
Well, I totally agree with that, doing 10, in the fast lane. But, I digress. Yeah. Because I think, wasn't there somebody that came up and said something along the lines of they didn't really – the problem was it was a defensive driving type tactic or something that they needed better driver training.
Yeah.
That was the solution.
Kirby said that he brought in, what was it, the sheriff?
Somebody like that to do driver training.
To talk to them.
Oh. It has nothing to do with that, Kirby, in case you hadn't figured that out yet.
Allstate needs to sponsor the Georgia Bulldogs or Progressive. Since every other ad on the radio is a Progressive ad.
That's the truth.
Believe me, ask me how much therapy I need every week for putting in Progressive ads.
There's even some things Progressive won't insure, and that's the Georgia football team.
It's the Georgia football team.
They're having to combine it with the university insurance to get the discount.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if State Farm
Are they bundling?
Good grief.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the ones. I mean, we've yet to hear the boating one. And unfortunately, I guess the odds are in your favor either way.
Wow.
If you're doing stupid things boating, you die just as fast as doing stupid things in a car.
Yeah,
so,
and you may lose just as many body parts.
It's truly amazing when you think about the numbers that have been picked up and the speeds and all that are recorded, that more people have not died.
I would agree.
It's amazing.
And,
I mean, we're talking like a hand of God moment here.
And it feels like when it comes to the Georgia football team, and maybe it's true for other ones, they're just not being picked up in the news. But for the Georgia football team, it just feels like a game of top this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It's like they got the speeds posted. You always see the meme, right? You got that speed thing. That feels like it's in my neighborhood every other week now.
Yeah.
And then somebody has it on the side of the high scores.
Yeah.
Maybe they got that. Maybe they got that at George's locker room.
Yeah, they probably do. And for those of you out there that say, oh, they're just picking on Georgia, it's not fair, all the other schools are doing it, they've got their problems.
Everybody doing it.
Yeah, I would say maybe it does feel like that.
But it's not getting reported.
Yeah, but name the ones that have had the fatalities you guys had a couple years ago, and you still have not made changes.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Nothing has changed.
That's the thing, ain't it? Like, after, 2 years after they had 2 people die?
Yeah.
They had more incidents of reckless driving and speeding than they did wins.
Yep. You're right.
And this is a perennial 10-win team.
I think it's almost twice. I was almost twice that amount.
Well, I think it was at the time, 24 wins and 25 arrests or something like that?
Yeah.
It may be more now. I mean, they might have more arrests now than they do wins.
And you can believe there have been plenty of them that they've been let off of for other things that you didn't get reported.
I guarantee you.
I mean, you got to do something when you're doing over 100.
That is, but that to me is the mentality, and I hate to say this. No, I don't hate to say this because it's true. It's the mentality of kids that have not been said no to.
Well, exactly.
Since they were 13.
At the bottom line or two of every one of those articles on every one of those kids, except the ones involved in the fatality, what does all of them say? Released on minimal cash bond.
Yeah. And that's another way.
I'd let them cool for about 3 days.
Well, at least 24 hours.
Yeah. Give them a day or two and let them sit and think about what they're doing. Put them in the uniform, put them in the jumpsuit, give them the little rubber shoes, let them take a few meals in there.
Yeah.
Let them think about the consequences of their decisions.
Let's get the picture.
Minimum cash bail.
I mean,
and with the money floating around college ball now, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They'll be out in an hour.
Yeah.
It
took longer to do the paperwork than they spent in the jail.
I guarantee you it did. And I mean, that's the thing. And but by the way, this ain't new. This ain't new. Maybe the speeding part's new, but this ain't new. I mean, how many times have we seen programs? I mean, still in the late 80s, you had that infamous Sports Illustrated front cover with Miami's logo. Shut it down.
Yep.
So this ain't new. So don't be calling in going, oh, it's all these entitled kids today. No, it's been going on for a while.
But not to the – I think it's going on more now because there's more money available. And plus, all these kids are getting exotic cars and everything donated to them. And even then, it's not even an exotic car.
I was about to ask, is it going on more or is it just covered more frequently?
It's probably covered more frequently, to be honest.
Yeah. It's kind of like kidnappings. Kidnappings ain't going up. They're just covered more.
But something still is screaming.
There
Georgia,
is a culture
they still
problem
have not
at Georgia.
figured it out.
There is a problem at Georgia.
I mean, it's become a joke to us now to laugh about people doing that kind of driving when you know
because nobody. Look, y'all, I'm gonna say this right now. We're laughing because nobody got hurt.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, just the reckless abandon which they're living in, and they have no concern or care about anyone else's lives around them.
No,
I mean that's a personal problem too, as well as a university problem.
That's a lack of discipline.
Agreed.
And I guess that's what it is how Georgia can win 10 games a year with discipline problems like this.
Mm-hmm. What happened to the old punishment when they would talk about the lack of control in a program?
Lack of institutional control.
Yeah, and they would step in.
Well, what
NCAA can't do anything no
Well, I was about to say, you know what Georgia would do? They go get a lawyer.
Yeah, that's all it would take.
We don't know lack institutional control. It's just a handful of football players that have lead feet. What's Kirby supposed to do? Babysit them 24/7?
How many DBs are going to have to pile up? And I mean dead bodies, not defensive backs, before you make a change.
Yeah.
Before something's done.
Well, you would think after, what was it, one of your players gets
just one.
Was killed.
Much less two people.
And it was one of your coaches got killed.
Oh, she was some sort of an assistant or something.
Well, still, she's
driving a company.
She's on the, well, what I'm saying is
car.
She's on the coaching staff.
Yeah. Driving a state car, too.
She's driving a state car.
Coming from a strip
club. Drunk.
You know they're all drinking.
Yeah. You don't go to a strip club sober. I'm sure some people do, but I don't understand them. They're just weird.
That's just weird that we keep talking about this, and unfortunately we keep laughing. But it's not going to be laughable when one of them kills somebody else.
No.
You know. And at what point in time does someone actually step in and do something about it? Because Kirby Smart apparently cannot do
Obviously, Kirby's not going to. Nothing's going to be. Listen, nothing's going to be done until Georgia's 7-5, 8-4, misses the playoffs, something like that. And then and it'll be missed the playoffs for 2 straight seasons. Oh, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Then it's a problem.
Yep.
All right. Well, go. I'm sorry.
I was going to say where you want to go next, because we had an article published this past week I thought was kind of, I don't know how to put it. I just almost felt like the article written was wrong.
Okay.
For being published.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, some questions are there. But the timing's just, I don't know. It just, I guess the word that's coming to mind is calculated.
Okay.
And I think it took some liberties with expressing maybe the true intent of South Carolina lawmakers. And
are we saying a few palms got greased?
I'm not saying a few palms got greased. I'm saying whoever wrote the article was taking some liberty, assuming some things. And for those of you that don't know, there was an article written earlier this week to a gentleman that, and I say gentleman in the kindest and sincerest of terms. He is truly a gentleman.
Always treated us.
Been very gracious
class
to us. Yeah, Dr. Jerome Singleton with the South Carolina High School League. The state paper article, the title says, "Lawmakers want Jerome Singleton gone as SCHSL commissioner. Will he step down?"
And this, of course, is the latest threat
in the saga of South Carolina High School League. Now,
so what I was going to say, my first question is, who got butt hurt?
Well, yeah. I mean, because there's a list of people. There's always a list of people with any organization that has to make a determination one way or the other. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose.
And I got it, because you also notice that this is coming 2 weeks after we set the 26 through 28 realignment.
Yep. And people were mad.
And people got butt hurt. Namely, the usual suspects got butt hurt. Gray Collegiate got butt hurt. Oceanside Collegiate got butt hurt.
Not so much. They stayed.
I think they wanted to go down, didn't they?
They wanted to go down. That's right.
Yeah. They wanted to go down. Gray wanted to go down. Gray's in 5A. Oceanside's in 4A or 3A.
3.
Yeah.
I'll double check
But
that.
these schools, what I'm saying is, though, it doesn't take away from my point. My point is that it's the usual people getting butt hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because something didn't go their way. And funny how it's always one of those two schools. I'm not saying it's just those two schools, but it's always one of those two schools. And I think we all know which way it leans, really.
Mm-hmm.
That think they run the damn high school. I mean, I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Gray Collegiate thinks they run the high school league.
Well, most of them do. Oceanside and all of them feel that sense of entitlement. But yeah, Gray especially.
Because
I've made my feelings known about Gray. So,
well, it just feels like every single time something goes against Gray, the forfeits, right? When they were in that region, when half those teams forfeited against them, they didn't go to the high school league. They ran to their damn state legislator.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to demand those teams play them.
Yep.
What? And that's the one thing I cannot stand about this state. If a school gets butthurt and they don't get their way with the high school league, well, let me go whine and cry to my state legislator. Then the state legislator comes out and we're going to put you under the Department of Education.
They start threatening funding. They start threatening jobs.
That's basically what they do.
But now they're starting to threaten complete elimination.
Well, that's what when they say we're going to put you under the Department of Education.
Pretty much dissolves you.
That's exactly what they're saying is, no, we're going to make you go away. And I'm so sick and tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beyond sick and tired of every time something doesn't go the way of a well-funded. Let me rephrase what I said earlier. If something doesn't go the way of a well-funded school in this state, because it ain't just private schools that do it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, some of the Charleston area schools, you've done it. Don't you say you haven't, Goose Creek. When that happens and they get butthurt, it's run to your legislator. Run to your legislator. Well, I don't want the damn legislature to have anything to do with the high school league.
They got enough as it is.
And now there's talk. There's also talk last week. I don't think we got into this. I think we talked about it off the air.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, there was a story out saying they wanted to expand the executive committee to have 2 state legislators on the executive committee. Really?
I don't get it. We've got so many other pressing problems in the state
Yes.
right now that need more of the attention from the legislators. They need to be
Good morning,
sometimes
Spartanburg County.
in more session than others. I mean, still look at your roadways. You got 95 coming through. It needs to be expanded desperately because we're just one big slow down backup. You know, in South Carolina, when you leave, you get in there from Georgia. I mean, it just slows down immediately.
But
anyway,
we have to deal with the high school league.
Yes, the high school league takes precedence. But looking at Oceanside Collegiate, when they started in 2020 playing in the high school division, they were in 3A. They spent 2 seasons in 3A, then were moved down for 2 seasons to 2A.
Yep.
Met some success. The last 2 seasons they've been in 3A again, won state titles, but they want to go down to 2A.
Yeah, they want to go down to 2A.
You know, it makes no sense. 13-2, 11-3, 12-2, 12-2. That's 4 years worth between 3A and 2A.
And, schools like that are fishy. And yes, there is a certain public school we could go after as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that smells to anything. I don't know how Irmo, South Carolina suddenly became the hotbed of football players in this state. And I'm not talking about Irmo High School. It's every week now. Every week it seems like there's something going on that either a school gets butthurt or a state legislator gets butthurt, and all of a sudden, well, we just need to put you under the Department of Education. Do it. I'll call your bluff. Come on. Stop threatening and actually do it. And see how much money that takes away from taxpayers.
I don't know. I didn't even catch the author's name. Who wrote the article?
Bajak.
Lou wrote it.
Which you would expect. I mean, Lou,
I did not get the feeling that every one of the lawmakers wanted Jerome Singleton gone.
They probably don't. Half of, I guarantee you.
I'm surprised at Lou.
I'm guarantee you half of them don't even know who Dr. Singleton is. I bet you anything. If we sat down, and I'm talking just state senators, all right? We take every state senator in this state, show them a picture of Dr. Singleton. Do you know who this person is? I guarantee you 80% of them couldn't tell you.
You could even ask a name and they wouldn't know.
Yeah, I guarantee you 80% of them wouldn't even know.
Well, I think it's unfair to do at least to have this kind of stuff published. I don't like those types of stories.
I agree.
And I feel bad for Dr. Singleton, who's about as nice a guy as you want to meet.
He can't win. I mean, he cannot
and he can't win. No, you cannot, because you're never going to make the warring factions happy on either side. The one that wins, the one that loses. I looked at the comments on a couple that were made on the article, figuring there'd be some diversity in that based upon race, diversity based upon schools, and there's not. There's not. There's as equal number of people want him gone as the equal number of people that want him to stay.
Yeah.
And don't understand why he's being picked on, and that tells you right there, winners versus losers in a situation.
You're right. And I was going to say, the reason why Dr. Singleton can't win in any direction is he's the face.
Yep.
It could be one member of the executive committee that you hate, but Dr. Singleton is the face of the executive committee.
Yep.
So when you're that face and you do something that is unpopular, you take the brunt for it.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and just laud him and say that everything is run perfectly, because it's not.
The high school league has got a lot of problems.
This whole appeals process going with the redistricting or whatever was wrong.
It's way too long.
I don't think you have 4 rounds of appeals and then 2 rounds of appeals and an appellate appeal and then an appellate of an appellate appeal or whatever they call that 4th round. I just don't think you do that. You make a decision, you give it a chance for an appeal, and that's the end of it. It's either upheld or, it's changed. But in this situation, too, we need to remind each other who he works at the behest of.
Right.
He has to deal with all the athletic directors and the coaches who all agree to this stuff.
Well, agree to these ideas and then run to the high school league. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's no different than what the college coaches were doing to the NCAA.
Yeah.
NCAA just didn't sit down and analyze and make up all the rules around college football. They were all brought up and agreed to by the coaches and ADs.
That's the whole thing. And you will, and how many times have we asked Dr. Singleton a whole bunch of questions about it? And that's always been, that has been his consistent answer over the years is the rules are put in place really by the principals and the ADs around this state. They agree to these rules. So, yes, we will give you side eye every time you come. It's not fair. It's not fair. Well, you screwed yourself.
Not knowing the law does not make you, or not agreeing with it doesn't make it any less a law.
What is it? Ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law.
Exactly.
But I just hate this, that every few days, it's not fair.
But we're seeing it, though, everywhere. I mean, you're seeing it in college. I mean, that was the whole basis of Diego Pavia's lawsuit a couple years ago.
It's not fair that I had to start in JUCO.
It's not fair. They're denying me the right to make money. Well, Matt, I think you and I both agreed that we're going to sue South State Bank and maybe Citizens Bank and any other bank we can think of because there are laws preventing us from being able to go in and rob the bank.
Right.
There's laws put in place for a reason. They're guardrails. They keep you from going off track.
Right.
There's a whole...
It's stupid.
I'm suing McLeod because they're preventing me from being a doctor.
Well...
practicing medicine.
I
mean, seriously, I can't make an income, man, because I'm guaranteed income, right? No, you're not. You're not guaranteed anything.
You're guaranteed an opportunity.
There you go.
To make an income. But it doesn't, and it doesn't have to be from one source. And that's what I don't get, especially in basketball. Because finally, the kid from Alabama was finally told, no, you're a professional basketball player.
There you go. Had two quarterbacks this week.
Two quarterbacks also. Yeah,
were denied. Chambliss and Aguiar.
Yeah. Chambliss is already lawyered up.
I'm fine with that. Go ahead and lawyer up. Yeah. But eventually it's got to stop. Somewhere you got to plant the flag and say, you will not cross this line.
It's the same thing when we were talking about go back, 3 years now with the lawsuits, the NIL lawsuits. And then what was it, the 83 NC State Wolfpack team? At some point, somebody has to draw the line and go, okay, this is getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah. You get an income. You get an income.
I mean, think about it. If the kid and Bediako, if Bediako would have gotten his way, what was to stop, I don't know, LeBron James, who has 4 years of eligibility, from signing with Ohio State?
Yeah. It's all this is it's different situations, but it's all intertwined with the same problem. Mm-hmm. It's that sense of entitlement that the kids have. They've never been told no. But the same problem you see with the Georgia football players driving 100 miles an hour interstate.
But I want to know.
I'm entitled.
Who's telling these kids that? 'Cause they ain't figuring this out on their own.
Well, it starts.
I never would have figured it out.
It starts when they're young. When people figure out and they're separated into that special group of kids that are performing.
Travel ball. You're right. When they get to travel ball and then some wannabe guy who's coaching travel ball actually realizes, oh my God, the gods have come down and blessed you with talent.
You just look at the leagues. I mean, it does go all the way back to the travel ball stuff. It goes back to how the parents are raising them.
Yeah,
these kids come up and they're wearing all this crazy crap they sell. They've got the eye black on. They've got a bat bag with 2 bats in it at over $100 each.
Right, we have players.
$100 baseball glove for a kid that's 8 years old. Come on.
I can attest to that because even in the mid-'90s, we had kids on our team. You could tell who comes from a upper class family and who comes from a lower class family just by how they show up.
Some of these families aren't, and they're actually mortgaging their futures.
Yes,
for this kid,
you're right.
And that's their meal ticket.
You're right,
and that's what it becomes. And then that kid becomes a monster. It's what happens.
You're right, because we have families now that can't afford send their kids to those 7-on-7 camps. Yet somehow those kids end up there.
Yeah.
So if it ain't them, what's happening to me? Or not to me personally, but the way I see it, what's happening is A lot of these kids are getting bought.
Well, of course.
At 13.
And sold.
Yeah. You're right. Bought and sold at 13.
The AAU coaches, all the other stuff that are going on. I mean, and I hate to say this. I mean, I'm starting to sound like my folks here, but gone are the days where you have a guy, and I'll call it out because he's a good man. He's passed away a couple of years back, and but Coach Bobby Bridgman, he coached at West Florence a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Local, a guy that came in as an athlete. He came through this area playing on a minor league baseball team that was playing over in Lake City at one point in time.
Yeah.
Met Miss Betty. I think fell in love. They got married and they stayed in the area, had 3 sons. Ray Bridgman played at Francis Marion as a point guard. He's in the South Carolina in the Hall of Fame over here. I think Coach Bobby is too. But on Saturdays, he would have tennis out there and teach all the kids at our school to come out on early Saturday morning. Our parents would push us out in the car, and he'd teach us how to play tennis for a couple hours. We had basketball, baseball camps done the same way. Guys like that threw in all that free time just to develop kids and teach them to play a sport, teach them about life.
Or
You're
get them
not getting
outside
that now.
get them outside the house.
These coaches are looking at these kids like meal tickets. I'm going to get mine.
I agree.
Everybody's going to get mine. That's what you hear. I'm going to get mine.
You get the kid who has talent developed.
Yep. And you sell him.
And everybody else will screw them.
Yep. Pretty much.
They're just there to make Bobby look good.
Yep. And so it goes back to that. But this whole article, though, with the high school league, I mean, it's still, again, that sense of entitlement with these. And these schools are running. Make no mistake. We sat in this thing and spent over 35 minutes digging on the internet to find where all this money goes. You would be sickened by how many millions and millions of dollars are being sunk into charter schools, not just around the country. And there's nothing wrong with a charter school. Don't get me wrong. I think it's probably a good program. But when you start mixing this as a performance academy type thing, an IMG type setup, which we ain't even scratched the surface on that one yet. But every time there's a problem, they run right to their legislator.
Well, that's the other thing too, and I never thought about it. I always thought it was a smart idea. I've always liked that, and I wish public schools would be like that too with the half day thing, where it's half the day you spend it in the classroom, the other half of the day you probably could spend it at a job or something like that.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, okay, well that also means they can get rid of the lower class people because mommy and daddy, or just mommy or just daddy, are working at 12 o'clock when the school gets out. So they can, that's how how do I put it? Parse down. I guess that would be a good word.
Cull.
Yeah. That's how you cull some of the applications.
Yeah.
Is by saying, all right, school either gets out at noon or gets in at noon. You have one of 2 options. That's not feasible for a lot of people. You know who it is feasible for? Athletes. Because what do you do at 12 o'clock? At 12:01, the minute that 12 o'clock bell rings, you go, you dress out, and from 12 to 5, you go practice your sport. You get 5 hours of free practice, and nobody can do a thing about it. And then, not only that, they probably take a break for dinner. And then they probably get 2 more hours of practice like every other high school does.
Yep.
That, to me, sounds a little sketchy.
All of it does. When you start looking at it and you start seeing the number of dollars that are coming through that. And then, of course, the organizations that own and operate these things are not even in the state. That makes it even more of a question mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the one group we're talking about is Pinnacle. And Pinnacle owns 2 or 3 in the state at least.
Three that we know of.
They're located in Florida, and they have no schools in Florida. None that they own.
Yeah. Well, Legion, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Legion, Atlantic, and Oceanside Collegiate are all owned by Pinnacle. That's a public information. We're not doxing anything. For anybody who's sitting out there, that makes me even angrier. But the reason why it makes me angry is for a whole other show.
Yeah.
Ken, if you're listening, we'd be more than happy to discuss why that makes me mad.
But I wish Dr. Jerome Singleton well. I hope this is a good outcome for him and the rest of the high school league. They've always been good to us, but at the same time.
That's the thing, ain't it? When he steps down, what's going to happen? There ain't ever going to be a press release from a school that goes, "Oh, I'm glad he's gone." It'll be, "He was a good man." And blah,
same
blah,
ones
blah,
complaining
blah, blah.
about him behind his back.
Yeah. Oh, he was a good man. He was a great man, and he'll be missed.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Another one of those.
Something of that nature. Back in a moment.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy. But now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense. Call me, Brittany Tyndall, at CRW Insurance, 803-775-1168.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best-known and best-loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination, with 3 locations: Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities, where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, "We drink all we can and sell the rest."
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. When car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro is here to make your life easier. They offer complete preventative maintenance and full automotive repair on most makes and models, including imports, at rates that won't break the bank. Is your AC on the fritz? They can service it. Need a front-end alignment? They got you covered. Tire pressures monitoring system acting up? Go see them. When life gets busy and car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro, the only place to go. 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dalzell. Online at timsautopro.com.
Trust DPM Property Maintenance for professional landscape design and installs on new and existing properties, commercial and residential. From irrigation system installs and upgrades to stunning outdoor lighting and audio, DPM prioritizes quality over quantity. They never rush through a job, making sure it's done right the first time, every time. Call Tyler Davison today at 843-617-2038 for your free estimate. Find them on Facebook at Davison Property Maintenance, LLC. DPM Davison Property Maintenance, bringing your vision to life with trust and quality.
South Carolina listeners from the Midlands and the PD have saved thousands of dollars on products and services provided by local businesses at carolinasaves.com. 100% of every item on carolinasaves.com is at least 50% off. There's restaurants, health and beauty products, entertainment items, and so much more. It's worth it to check out the website and bookmark it on your device because new items are added every week. Every day, listeners save cash at carolinasaves.com. Go there now, carolinasaves.com.
We all count on our smartphones in so many ways these days, from keeping in touch with our friends and family to finding our way around town. With FTC as your wireless provider, you'll enjoy the area's best coverage and fastest data speeds, great plan choices for every budget, and a stellar selection of phones and tablets from Apple, Samsung, and Google. Because at FTC, we get you and your wireless needs. To learn more, visit ftcwireless.com or call 888-218-5050.
Brides-to-be, mark your calendars. The 9th annual South Carolina Bridal Showcase is just around the corner. Sponsored by Community Broadcasters and River's Edge Wedding Venue. Join us on Sunday, March 8th at the Florence Center in Florence, South Carolina for the largest bridal showcase in the state. It's your one-stop shop bridal extravaganza. Packed with vendors, dazzling fashion shows, live demonstrations, and fabulous door prizes. And don't miss the famous Monster Cake Dive. Sponsored by Icing Ink Bakery and Dessert Bar. One lucky bride-to-be will win a huge bridal prize. It's a sweet adventure you'll never forget. Get your tickets now at a special pre-show discount. Visit scbridalshowcase.com today and save. Vendors, secure your space by heading to scbridalshowcase.com/sponsorships. And remember, there's more. The South Carolina Bridal Showcase returns Sunday, March 8th at the Florence Center. Don't wait. Get your discounted tickets today at scbridalshowcase.com. That's scbridalshowcase.com. No children under 12 allowed.
It's another fantastic deal on CarolinaSafes.com from Hartsville Lumber and Barns. An 8x8 wooden storage building with metal roof and treated runners. Normally $1,600, now reduced to $800. Go to CarolinaSafes.com and click on the Florence tab.
Come out to the free-to-attend 2026 Shaw Air Force Base Air and Space Expo, March 28th and 29th. Be thrilled by world-famous acts like the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds and the U.S. Army Golden Knights Parachute Team. Learn more about the world of aviation and space and celebrate your community's history as we commemorate America 250 and 60 years of the Wild Weasel mission. To learn more, visit our website at www.shawairexpo.com.
In yet another fantastic offer from Carolina Saves and Berg's Bowls custom-made woodwork, charcuterie boards, bowls, and a lot more. Go to CarolinaSaves.com and receive 60% off. Just click on the Florence tab.
Voted most likely to annoy. Game day in the Carolinas.
Nothing like getting our blood pressure up in the first second.
Huey Lewis, too.
And some Huey Lewis. Yeah, it is Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. 843-407-5812. 843-407-5812. All right. I promise we're done now with our ranting and raving for now. Because I'm sure that there'll be more. There'll be more. All right. Let's slip into something a little bit more fun, shall we? Baseball from yesterday. Gamecock fans, you can close your ears.
You said it was fun.
Charleston Southern defeats Elon 7-4. Clemson over Bryant. Matter of fact, Clemson actually had to come back from behind in that game. So, yeah. Columbia International, 9-3, by the way, was that final. Milligan and Columbia International split a doubleheader yesterday. Columbia International wins the first one 10-9. Milligan wins 8-0 in game 2. Now, are you sitting down? Francis Marion and Shorter had a doubleheader yesterday. Francis Marion only managed to score 10 runs.
In the first game.
Yeah, they won game 1 10-6. Francis Marion won game 2 7-2. Oh no, are the bats cooling down, Woody?
It could be.
They only managed to score 7.
The trend appears to be slowing.
Yeah.
Slowing them down.
Unfortunately, Florence Darlington Tech fell yesterday to Gaston 9-8. King and Southern Wesleyan split a doubleheader. King won game 1 11-8. Southern Wesleyan game 2 by the final of 13-10. Newberry swept a doubleheader yesterday over UVA Wise, 15-2 in the first one, 9-1 in the second. Let's see here, other scores. South Alabama run-ruled Charleston Southern yesterday.
And that's ugly.
16-2. Ouch.
He's coming off that big win over Coastal.
Mm-hmm. And he's still got a lot of work to do down there. Citadel over Marshall yesterday, 4-3. Aiken over Middle Georgia, 12-0. How about the Fire Ants yesterday? Big sweep of a doubleheader. 8-7 over Union in game 1, 9-8 in game 2. Wingate wallops Coker 10-1. Winthrop 10, Morehead State 0. Oh, my. That's good news, especially coming off of that collapse against NC State in the middle of the week. Baseball at the Beach, Illinois defeats VCU 9-4. Coastal Carolina just wallops Virginia Commonwealth in the second game, 13-2. In Spartanburg, the One Spartanburg Inc. Classic has played at the home of the Spartanburgers, by the way. New Jersey Institute of Technology. Usually the only time we ever hear them is NCAA time.
That's true. Injit.
Defeats PC 14-2. Upstate over Northern Illinois 8-5. Wofford takes out Valpo 15-9. At the Salute the Troops, Founders Park in Columbia. Gamecock fans, cover your ears. Army 9, South Carolina 5, Navy 5, Air Force 3. Now, they play Navy today and Air Force tomorrow, right?
That's correct.
Okay. It's kind of like it's more like an invitational.
I like that, though.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
glad they're playing the 3 military schools. I think that's cool.
But you still got to beat them.
Yeah, you got to beat them, though. I like it better when they win.
At my favorite name tournament, Swig and Swine Classic.
That's awesome.
Down at the Shipyard Park in Charleston, Merrimack defeats Ball State 9-5. Seton Hall defeats George Mason 8-6. Schedule for today, it'll be Elon taking on Charleston Southern at the top of the hour. Marshall Citadel also at the top of the hour. A lot of games at noon today. Augusta at Beaufort. Bob Jones is at Guilford. That's a doubleheader. Lane at Benedict, a doubleheader. Wilberforce against Voorhees.
Okay.
That is the doubleheader at noon. At 1 o'clock, we see Anderson taking on Tusculum, also a doubleheader. FDTC will take on Gaston as a doubleheader at 1. Shorter at Francis Marion at 1. USC Salkehatchie taking on Lancaster. That'll be at 1 o'clock, doubleheader there. Union at Sumter, that is at 1 o'clock. The 2 o'clock window sees Bryant at Clemson. King is at Southern Wesleyan. Morehead State at Winthrop. Aiken at Middle Georgia. South Alabama against Charleston. Lander at North Georgia starts at 3 o'clock block. Virginia Wise at Newberry's at 3. Claflin at Columbus State is at 5. All of these, of course, depending on the weather. Baseball at the Beach, VCU will take on Illinois at 11. Again, depending on the weather. Illinois is slated to take on Coastal Carolina at 4 today. At the One Spartanburg Classic, New Jersey Institute of Technology at Wofford at 2. Valpo at Upstate is also at 2. Northern Illinois at Presbyterian, that is at 3. At Founders Park, Navy will take on South Carolina at 1. Army takes on Air Force at 5. And at the Swig and Swine, I want to open a convenience store. Swig and Swine. George Mason takes on Ball State at 4. And Ball State will take on Seton Hall. Ball State will take on Seton Hall at 4. And George Mason will take on Ball State at noon.
And then you got a Wando River field, too. Yep. Seton Hall and Merrimack that goes on at noon.
Yep.
In that
that's
same
right.
classic.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Swig and Swine.
Swig and Swine.
You got to say it that way.
Yeah.
And in Charleston, but there's not a single local school playing in it. What happened there?
That's a good question. Because you have 3 schools in that area.
I mean, you've got Citadel, College of Charleston.
Because you want butts and seats, right?
Yeah, you've got Charleston Southern down there.
Yeah.
Why aren't one of those teams playing in that classic, defending the home turf?
Well, especially Charleston Southern. Do they even play baseball anymore?
We haven't called a score out for them.
I'm gonna check on that.
I would have thought they would. They had a decent program at one time. So I don't know.
I know they don't have a lot of money. I do know that much.
Maybe they did get rid of their baseball because we haven't called a score for them in quite a while.
No, I don't. We haven't.
Yeah, we do. Elon's playing Charleston Southern today at 11, so they still got a team. So why is Charleston Southern and Citadel and those ducking that tournament?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want to bring down a lot of. Because I've also noticed that's a lot of northern teams they're bringing down, and maybe that's what it is. Is you want to bring the snowbirds down? Give the snowbirds their home schools.
Well, you got a lot of transplants in Charleston too now, but I just find it hard to believe they'd be packing that stadium out with that lineup, and not having a local team.
Carolina Forest and Charleston, probably two of the biggest growing areas in the country.
Well, either way.
Well, I mean, that's your baseball port, basically.
We'll try to get on some high school baseball results for folks too. We need to do more of that.
Well, I don't think high school baseball started yet, has it?
No,
I think
some players out.
Starts for another
They've been
week.
playing, practicing. So it should be. There's finishing up basketball.
Although we're getting near spring ball for football already. By the way, speaking of spring ball, Clemson starts on Wednesday, and South Carolina starts next Wednesday.
Wow.
So we don't know about Coastal. They literally have not said anything. We don't even know when their spring game is. I know South Carolina's not going to have a spring game this year. I think they've already made that announcement.
Yeah.
Clemson's is like April 11th, I think it is. Something of that nature. But, yeah, here we are. Football season's about to kick back up again.
Well,
Good grief.
Been kind of quiet since all the signing and all the other stuff and the deadlines. Been really quiet about what the players are doing. So it'll be interesting to see where both the in-state schools pan out with their
the reason why
signees.
I brought up high school football in particular, I'm very surprised. There are some schools out there I am very surprised have not named head coaches yet.
Yeah.
Because you got, as of today, AC Flora, Allendale Fairfax, Belton Honea Path, or as Phil calls it, Belton Honea Path.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. You've also got Goose Creek has not got a head coach yet. That's another school. AC Florida, Goose Creek in particular. I'm very surprised.
Yes, very surprised.
That's a well-coveted job.
Yep.
Green Sea Floyd's still hasn't announced their head coach. Hillcrest is still looking for their coach. Liberty, still looking for theirs. Marion, believe it or not, Marion is still looking for their head coach. That could be a good job. Listen, Marion is what now? 3 years removed from a state championship run?
Yeah.
It can be done. It can be done in Marion. Pelion also looking for their head coach as well. But so those are the only ones that are open.
AC and Goose Creek. Still surprising.
It's got to be that they have had so many candidates they're still fielding.
I hope that's what it is.
Yeah, because Goose, I remember it wasn't that long ago that Goose Creek was a state power.
Yeah.
So that's very surprising to me that some of these schools still have an opening. I mean, I get it. It's February, but, All right, let's take a phone call. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Deacon Lee. How y'all doing this morning?
Lee.
All right, D.
I was talking about high school football. I was just wanting to see what y'all knew about the new South Florence head coach.
Not a lot yet, other than he comes from good stock. He's been up there underneath working as a D coordinator for Coach Tom Knotts. Coach Knotts has now pretty much cemented his name, I think, in South Carolina football lore. He's obviously a living legend with what he's been able to do with Dutch Fork. So we know he's been around a good program. He knows what good programs look like. Obviously defensive-minded. That was always a big staple for South Florence, too, in all their runs, was their defense. So we'll see. I'm actually going to already put out a few feelers to try to get him on to the show and maybe do a little question and answer to kind of let folks be introduced to the new head coach. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question about South Carolina baseball. I mean, 2 losses to 2 teams they should not lose to. Is it too early, or is this just a precursor of what the season's going to be?
I'm going to lean on the cautionary side and go it's just a little early. That's what I'm going to say.
It's funny because I looked at Woody right as I pulled up the baseball scores, and I said, should I go on the air this morning and tell South Carolina fans now is not the time to get on the ledge?
Yeah, I'm going to still say it's a little early.
Yeah.
You're not even in 10 games yet.
Right. I mean, I haven't backed off the ledge from basketball yet. I was kind of hoping that the baseball would kind of pull me off. But.
Well, it may yet. But not that many weeks left. You got Clemson coming up here next week.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
By the way, I should point out, programming note, We will have Friday and Sunday's game against Clemson. Saturday's game is not on the air because it conflicts with basketball.
That makes no sense. But
I know. Well, we don't set that schedule, unfortunately.
Can we just be over with basketball season already? I mean, it's just.
You only got a couple more weeks. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing to. And I used to look forward to nothing else to watch. You could at least watch, the Carolina game, but man, they're hard to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to watch. It's like I'd rather watch paint dry than watch them play. It's terrible. And I have been. And this is weird for me. I prefer to watch the Carolina women play.
Well, yeah, I've been watching more of the women's games than I have the men's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually going. I think this week we got tickets to go see them play Missouri.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday.
They got a tough couple games coming up. They got Ole Miss. They got Kentucky is the last game, I think.
I think
and then Missouri. So that's like the last 3 games, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm going to that Missouri game.
And they play on prime time tomorrow on ABC, I think.
Yep.
So that was a heck of a game last week. That was a heck of a game against LSU.
Oh, it was. It was a lot of fun. Always good to see Trailer Park Barbie take a loss.
Well, and by the way, speaking of LSU, guess who finally showed up at LSU?
Who's that?
Phil Wiley.
You think she showed up?
She showed up the other night.
Well, she showed out against Ole Miss. She had a season high 26, 27 points, I think it was.
Yeah. She's been on the back of a milk carton all season.
Yeah, you had to ask her, did that work out well for her? Because she's not even starting. I mean, which is what she wanted. She wanted spotlight, and she didn't get it at LSU either. So.
No. Not when you're dealing with Flaw J over there. I mean.
No.
And she's talking all kinds of junk, and she scored on O'Cotton, talking about how she's small. If you're actually going to be a player, you make free throws when they actually count.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a chance to tie the game, and you miss both of them, no, you're not a star player if you can't make clutch free throws. You're just not.
No, I agree with you.
Totally agree.
I don't. I think that was addition by subtraction when it comes to the Gamecock women to get rid of Phil Wiley.
I mean, our whole family. I mean, was last year or was it 2 years ago? Her brother got in the court, wanted to fight Cardoza, and now her mama talking about she's winning at life and she's going to get drafted before any of the Carolina players.
Good luck with that.
I mean, that might be good. Go out there and make your $70,000 a year playing in the whatever you want to do. But
well, most of them go away, and that's the good thing. She'll get out of school. She'll be done. She'll go to the WNBA, and she may or may not make it. She'll wash out, and it'll get quiet.
There'll be some YouTuber that will also make fun of her.
I mean, I never thought I'd say it, but maybe I've just missed it, but Angel Reese has been really quiet. I've been happy for that. At least I'm not seeing it.
I think she's finally realized she needed to calm down and actually be a player.
Yeah, actually focus on me bounds.
They actually thought that they were important.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, unless we get paid, we're gonna quit playing. And they say you got nobody going to your games now.
Really?
What do you mean?
Heard a lot from the gal from Iowa either.
No, well,
heard a whole lot of her.
We are in the off season.
Caitlin's been quiet too. Anyway,
yeah. All right, Lee, we coming up close to the break there, my friend.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. 843-407-5812 is the number. But coming up, we have a guest, don't we?
Yes, Coach Kerry Graham, PD Ice Cats. I just had to shoot him a text, let him know it's safe to call in.
Let him know it's open, so he'll be calling in here, and we'll talk a little PD Ice Cats hockey coming up. Men today, by the way. USA men.
Yep.
Taking on Canada. Don't get hurt, McKinnon. That's all I'm going to say.
You have to ask Coach Graham what he thinks about that matchup today.
This is why I hate Olympic hockey, because that's what I'm doing 90% of the games. I don't care about the game. I'm watching the Avs players going, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Back in a minute.
Hey, it's Tony Zach with Mr. Sparky. Our team is available 24/7. We stand ready to help you with any of your electrical emergencies or your electrical upgrades. We install generators, surge protection, help troubleshoot electrical issues, and much more. Our technicians are drug tested and background checked for your safety. Call us or book online. Mr. Sparky, we'll be right over.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, "We drink all we can and sell the rest."
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Are you tired of hearing strange noises coming from your car? Do you need to get your vehicle serviced but don't have time to do it yourself? Look no further than Tim's Auto Pro. Their highly skilled, certified technicians have years of experience and are equipped with the latest tools to get your car running like new again. They offer a variety of services from routine maintenance to major repairs at competitive prices. Don't let car problems stress you out any longer. Tim's Auto Pro, the only place to go. 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dazzell or online at timsautopro.com.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That is simple human sense. Call me, Sarah Knight Nally, at CRW Insurance, 803-775-1168 if auto owners make sense for you.
Genesis Healthcare is hiring now. Explore open employment opportunities and make a real impact in your community. Apply today at genesisfqhc.org and check out all of their available positions online. Genesis Healthcare, where care and purpose come together.
The road back to the postseason begins at spring training. The Atlanta Braves are reloaded and ready to remind the league that you can't sleep on Atlanta.
Into the chop house, a home run.
Catch every pitch of the spring, the biggest coverage from Florida, and an epic opening day in Atlanta against the Royals on March 27th, all right here.
Your home of the Atlanta Braves in Florence and the PD. 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Not all kids with crooked teeth can afford braces. Luckily, there's donated orthodontic services from the American Association of Orthodontists. Kids who qualify can be matched with a volunteer orthodontist. Visit aaoinfo.org.
WOLH Florence and WDXY Sumter. It's game day in the Carolinas.
Is this a sports show or you're home for 80s hits?
No, let's just stick with sports.
It is Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. And on the phone with us right now, head coach of the PD Ice Cats, Gary Graham. Good morning, sir.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. A great game last night.
Yes.
Took a 5-3 win over the Columbus River Dragons.
Columbia's.
Yeah. I mean, shorthanded. You had Dominic's go out last night. Could you update the listeners on how Dom is doing?
Yeah, thanks for asking. To all the listeners and fans, he's doing good. You know, it's a little scary whenever he gets a type of eye injury that's that close to where he got hit at. He went to the hospital, good hospital care, great job from the Columbus staff there, and our trainer making sure everything's okay. He's going to be out of the lineup tonight, but he should progress here through next week here and hopefully be in the lineup next weekend.
We had a new goaltender last night in the ball game. In the hockey. How did you feel he performed last night? Were you happy with Kuhn?
Well, that's not Kuhn's first game for us. He just hasn't played in a long time. You know,
Okay.
I've been riding Park, so you know, Kuhner. That's his first win for us though, as an Ice Cat. So the boys were pretty pumped up for him last night. You know, he had a couple games. You know, he had a game that he started at home against Athens that we ended up losing down the stretch, and then he had a start in Carolina when I first got him, where he didn't have a great start. He got yanked, and I think it was Matty Sales or Gonzo at that time went in. So you know, he's been with the team. You know, I released him, I re-signed him when Sales went up, and he's just got a great attitude. You know, the boys love him, and I thought it was time to get Parks. We've been riding him pretty hard, so want to make sure he gets a little bit of rest here and give Kuhn an opportunity to show me what he can do, and he played well.
You also acquired one more, Brendan Colgan. I know you probably talked with everybody about adding him on, but I'm sitting here looking at his stats. His minutes played. He's got twice the minutes played of anybody, you know, currently on the roster, at least at goal. I mean, that's probably a pretty good pickup too.
Yeah, he's been in a tough spot there with Watertown. You know, he's earlier in his career he was FPHL goalie of the year when he played actually for Columbus.
Wow.
He's a big goalie, he competes well, covers a lot of net. You know, he's going to get the start tonight, so we want to get him in net and evaluate him. You know, right now down the stretch here, we need to evaluate our goaltender situation. You know, Matty Sales was released from Fayetteville, so essentially we have 4 goalies out of nowhere. So, you know, we got to do some evaluating here. There's going to be some tough decisions here soon.
You also added one more, Noah Robinson. Where does he fit into the mix now? What do you feel like he brings?
Again, a guy that started the season in ECHL training camp in Jacksonville, has got some high upside. We have a lack of right shot forwards with an offensive pedigree in our lineup, and we've been looking to try to get another right shot forward in our lineup. You know, typically it's been Willie and Lordo that have been doing the lion's share of the right shot offense. Sometimes we get a little jammed up with our power play setups because we have so many left shot guys. So Noah's a guy that can play center. He can play wing. He's a good team guy. He's a glue guy. He's got a lot of familiar buddies on the team too. So bringing him into the culture made a lot of sense as well.
And of course, you know, last night, getting back to last night real quick, Patrick's having that hat trick.
Yeah.
But really, to me, Houston Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can actually speak English. English EXE just decided to reboot itself.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. But Houston had a big game last night. 2 assists, 1 goal.
Yeah.
For him last night. Tell me more about Wilson and what he's brought to the team so far.
Well, he's a guy, you know, I think I told you, he's been with me the last 2 years in Pensacola. And so, you know, when I got the job during the summer, he was a top priority for us. We got his rights from Monroe traded to us and, you know, kind of built the team around him. He's of course, number one, he's an absolute unbelievable human being, unbelievable teammate, great parents. If you meet his parents, you can see right away where that apple fell off the tree type of thing. Just an unbelievable human being. And then, you know, just the energy, the enthusiasm, the attitude, the moxie, the swagger that he brings to the locker room, the fun, the joy that he brings around the hockey club it's contagious. You know, when he's playing and he's buzzing last night, I give him and Patty a lot of credit. You know, when Dom goes out early in the game, you know, I put our big tough guy, Apollo, with those guys. and they did a great job, and Apollo did a great job on that line, and that's not typically a player that is used to playing with two skill guys, but they made it work, and they didn't look at me on the bench and kind of give me this stink guy like sometimes skill guys do, and be like, hey, why is he playing with us? Like move somebody else up with us type of thing. No, they made it work, and they both had unbelievable games, and that's what you want your leaders to do. I mean, Columbus was the hottest team in the league. 11-game win streak. If you're going to beat a team like that that's buzzing on their rink, you need your top guys to carry it. And, that top line right there, they carry us.
Yeah, not only did you beat them, I mean, you led them, you never fell behind them at all, never got tied. I mean, their last tie score was when it was 0-0, and PD came in and led the whole game and answered every time they would score.
Well, it was good because, we didn't have a great start, to the game. It was a little sluggish out there. There's a lot of humidity right now in that rink. They're dealing with some rink issues in there. So it's really heavy. It's damp. It's moist. Our equipment's not getting dry. There was a lot of concerns before the game. Just guys were all, ticked off about stuff. And I was thinking to myself, if we could be in one today, just because if their minds aren't focused, this could get ugly. But they did a great job of dealing with the environment. Of course, for us in any team, getting the first goal really helps, especially when you're on the road. So, again, it was great for Cooner to kind of give us some early saves that we needed to go get that first goal. And once we got that first goal and got out of that first period, we started feeling better.
I've got to ask this question just because it really stood out to me, because I think even Big Tom pointed it out on the broadcast. As we put that thing up on the TV last night, and we were watching it in our living room, but what was the player from Columbus thinking to give Apollon the big shove from behind into the goal? It didn't really work out too well for him when Apollon got up.
Well, I'll tell you why it was, is because if you see what Apollo did first, he hit number 6, okay?
Okay.
Or 95. So there's two. You know how we have the Markinshevich twins?
Yes.
There's two brothers, the Texmo brothers. On Columbus. That's what happened there. So Apollo hit the one Texmo brother, and the other Texmo brother went in and fought Apollo. That's what happened.
Well, that was probably not the best choice.
So it was. You know what? The parents. Let me tell you something. Whoever the Texmo's parents are, they were proud of their son for sticking up for their other son.
Yeah. Well, both them boys need to jump on Apollo together.
Gold star.
They might could have handled him, but yeah, I mean it. You brought up the problems with the humidity and the ice. I noticed it a little bit in our arena last week when we were playing, that we had kind of like a slush. Is there a problem because of the ice being moved in and out? Obviously, does it take a couple days for it to kind of get set up right, or was it because of all the activity before with Coastal play?
Honestly, our arena, back to our arena staff, they did a great job getting, ready for those 3 games after everything they had to deal with. I actually thought it went pretty good. I know we had a couple delays, a couple nights with some stuff when the ZAM came out, but the ice was actually, the conditions were a lot better in our rink than they are in Columbus right now. Wow. So there's something going on there. They talked to us about it. They're trying to get some guys in there to fix it, but it's affecting both teams for sure. I don't, if you guys watch the game online, definitely the pace of the play probably for the two good hockey teams wasn't as fast as it should have been. The puck was bouncing everywhere. It was just kind of a choppy, kind of flowy game just because the environment on the ice and the conditions weren't that great. But tonight's going to be interesting because it's going to be raining all day down here. It's super humid. It's hot down here in Columbus. They're going to have a packed barn, like 7,000 people for military night, and they have a military game right before our game. So it's going to be interesting tonight watching it with all that the extra warmth in the arena, with all the extra fans, sellout crowd. Going to be a fun game, though. Military game. They got guys. Scaling down from the rafters, military guys coming down. They got all kinds of cool stuff going on tonight. It's always a neat. I coached in this rink for military night back in 2012 when Columbus was still in our league in the SPHL, and I was in Pensacola, and I remember coaching in that game, and it's a really neat game. A lot of military guys in their brass and their uniforms, and they're just going nuts the whole game.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. It sounds like. I can't wait to watch it. Now we've got Lord back in the lineup tonight. What's the strategy tonight? Are we going to continue to kind of play more of the faster-paced hockey? Are we going to try to body up on them, be a little more physical? Yeah. What's the? Can you share the strategy?
Whenever you, it's obviously when you play a game like tonight, that there's so much emotion, for the other team with the pack barn, and of course, those players on that side of the ice, they know how important that game is to their ownership and the fan base. It's important that we try to manage the momentum swings, right? We want to make sure we have a good start, okay? Whenever you play these hostile pack barns on the road, you got to make sure that you're going to go in there with the mindset that we're going to be disciplined and we've got to play lockdown defense. So we got to be tight defensively. That's one thing that we did a pretty good job of overall last night. We took a couple extra penalties, more than I wanted to last night. Didn't agree with a couple of the other ones. But again, PK overall was pretty good. Got the shorty. They did have one power play goal, though. Mm-hmm. But overall, again, we got to use our speed and our skill and our spacing to continue to do what we did. In the second period last night, we probably had 6 grade A scoring chances that we probably should have scored on at least 2 or 3 of them. We had a fantastic second period where we could have really went up, I thought, 2-3 goals, but their goalie made some just unbelievable saves on us and kept them kind of in that game. So, having a good start and making sure, again, we get our legs going right away is going to be important.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to watching it tonight. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate your time calling in and all that.
Absolutely.
And, I know you're tired too because you've been screaming and everything else and coaching and trying to get the guys going and then planning for tonight's game too. So we really appreciate your time very much. Absolutely. And always enjoyable to talk to.
But we can't let him go until we get some Olympic predictions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because the medal games start today.
Well, I was going to say, where's my goofball question or whatever?
I think we may defer to goofball question because we're a little interested in what you had to say about the Winter Olympics, about the hockey team today and how it looks.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun watching that game yesterday. I mean, USA. My concern being a USA fan is, they really just absolutely dominated Slovakia, and the gold medal game tomorrow against Canada is going to be a completely different type of game. Canada played a very good Finland team, and they're kind of coming in, with a little bit more battle tested. Canada is with kind of that last game that they played, and sometimes when you play. I don't want to say an easy game to knock Slovakia, but it kind of was an easy game for USA, and then have to go right into that type of game. Yes. Sometimes I feel like, it's like for us, for instance, every game it seems like we're playing a very worthy opponent, so we're just kind of staying locked in. Sometimes that could be it. But in USA's defense, it doesn't take much to get up to play Canada, right? This is the rivalry game of all rivalry games. So they'll be good. The good news is a lot of Canada's top guys in that overtime game, Makar, Celebrini, a lot of those guys played, they said, like 26, 27 minutes. So, they got a day of rest, but hopefully we were able to roll our whole line and our whole bench. Unfortunately, it looks like Thompson's out of the lineup, and I'm sure it doesn't look like Crosby's going to play. So it looks like, 2 of our top guys for each teams are going to be out of the lineup. But should be an entertaining game tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. Well, here's your goofball question. Since you wanted one so bad, I'm going to ask you. All right. Obviously, you were a player. You played, you and just born a coach. You played hockey at several different levels. Who would you say you modeled your game after? If you had a guy to say, this is a guy who I really like on the ice. This is who
I like that one.
Who would you say you modeled your style of play after?
For me, it was Ray Bork. He was a defenseman for the Boston Bruins. He was just a steady Eddie guy, an unbelievable leader. He could generate offense, but he also was just mostly a shutdown guy. I was more of a shutdown guy, PK shot blocker guy, a physical guy. When I played and just keep it simple and protect my goalie net front. I was kind of like the Dennis Rodman of defenders in front of the net. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was the way I like to play when I played, because I wasn't the most skilled guy, and that's why I never played pro hockey. But I took a lot of pride and passion in what I did, and that's probably who I would say. Of course, I'm a huge Boston Bruins fan, so it makes sense. It was a Boston Bruin player.
See, and here's the other thing about Bork too. Since we're introducing Woody basically into the sport. There is 2001. I don't know how you feel about the 2001 Stanley Cup final, but being an Avs fan, of course, I love it. But that is one moment, one sports moment you cannot sit down and just not a tear doesn't fall from your eye when you see Sakic hand the cup to Bork after winning it.
Well, it was unbelievable. I'll give you a quick story here. So I have a massive autographed Ray Bork holding the Stanley Cup photo in a huge fancy frame. But yes, I agree with you on that. It was unbelievably satisfying for me to watch that. But my first championship in Pensacola that I won, I had a similar situation. Let me tell you real quick. So when we won the Cup, the previous year when I took over the team, their previous captain was Dan Buchella. God rest his soul. He died from blood cancer a couple of years ago at an early age. It took a very, very sad story. But he was a legend in Pensacola for the Ice Flyers. I didn't bring him back. I brought in my own captain for the team. And during that season when we won it all in January, my captain got suspended for the season. And Buchella was from the Toronto area. And I called Buchella and I said, listen, hey, I know it didn't work out for us. I know you're probably still mad at me for not bringing you back, but I got a spot for you. If you want to come down and help us make a run, let's make a run together. And me, him, and his wife, we kissed, we made up, we buried the hatchet, and he came down, and we won a championship. Now, mind you, he came in late. He's not wearing the letter on the jersey, right? I have my captain, my 2 A's. Mm-hmm. But when they hand my captain the trophy, he calls over Buchella and hands him the cup because he was the previous team's captain, and he came in. And that was a similar moment. It was an unbelievable moment, and we'll always go down with all the Ice Flyer fans in Pensacola Nation. They still talk about that.
Wow.
Yes.
That is cool.
That's always awesome.
Huh.
And I'm sure the place exploded, too, when that happened.
It was just a really class act from our captain at the time to give it to his captain from the year before that came back to help us, win that championship. So,
well, that's awesome, Coach. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna flip one more back to the Olympics real quick.
Okay.
I want to see if he's like me. Are you spending 90% of the game watching the guys that are on the team you cheer for or on Boston, and you're just holding your breath, going, "Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt."
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's funny. We were talking about this. I was had dinner on. We got in on Thursday night, and our owners, Mike Ronan and Kevin Boggs, are in town. So they took me and Nick Graham out to dinner after our practice, and we were talking about the whole Crosby thing. With him getting hurt. And I looked at them as owners, and I said, "Listen, I'll be honest." I said, I own a business myself. I said, "There's no way if I own a $1 billion franchise that I'm letting my Sidney Crosby on my dime go and play in the Olympics." I know it sounds bad, but as a business owner, it just seems like terrible business.
Agreed.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
I just don't.
Really does.
I mean, the whole reason why they used to let amateurs do it was because of that. I mean, there's just so much money now wrapped up. Could you imagine the NFL doing that if it was in like the Summer Olympics or something? They would never let their guys go out there and blow a knee out or something, or blow a shoulder out for something that wasn't worth their money.
And see, that's exactly what I'm going to be like from 8 o'clock to about 11:15 tomorrow morning. I am going to be a nervous wreck because two of the players, one for USA, one for Canada, two of the main cogs on that team, are very critical to my team's run to the Cup this year.
Yeah, he's an Avs fan, by the way, just in case.
I know where he's at. And McCarr's already playing. Like I already said, he's already playing damn near 30 minutes a night.
Matt Kay is basically trying to hold Canada together right now. So it's like tomorrow I'm just gonna be a nervous wreck for about 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Well, just imagine all those NHL players on that ice sheet tomorrow, and every owner's probably watching that game, just keeping their fingers crossed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
Coach, thank you for calling in as usual. We want to keep doing this as much as possible, and want to talk to you about some opportunities maybe to do another segment sometime too with some of the players. But we appreciate you calling in. Good luck tonight. Yeah, we're going to be watching. Everybody in the area is going to be watching. I know, we're listening. So we expect to bring home another victory tonight. The guys played hard, and they always seem to play really well for you. I'm really impressed at how you get your players to respond. So
For all the viewers listening, if the game is free, it's on YouTube. Let's always keep reminding everybody listening, the games are free on YouTube. We stream them online there. And then for all the tonight's Military Appreciation Night, of course, down here in Columbus with their big Army base down here. But just want to tell all the listeners back home, if you are former military, you served, or current military, we appreciate you guys. And tune into the game tonight.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Coach, we appreciate your time again. And if you wouldn't mind for me, we're going to send this to break, but hold on. I got to ask one more question of you off the air, if you don't mind.
I'll stay on. Yep.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. There we go. Hey, Coach Graham of the PD Ice Cats. Once again, English is starting to fail me.
It's all right.
Because they were going to break.
It was a good interview, as always.
Yes, absolutely. No, but in all seriousness, you're going to be watching the game, cheering on Team USA. I will be watching the game, basically holding my breath for 3 hours, while two of the main components of a first place team,
I get
go
it.
against each other.
I get it.
And
when I eventually get a dog in the fight, then I'll be sitting on the edge of the seat like you.
Oh, I'm sure that the minute you go up to Raleigh, you'll be a Hurricane.
I've been to my first game was Edmonton versus the Devils. Up in New Jersey years ago. Jersey won the Cup that year.
Oh,
and that's been a long time ago.
You had a Marty party then.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Matter of fact, McTavish was still playing. McTavish was playing without the helmet.
He must
That's
have just
how long
signed.
it was.
Yeah,
He
he
was
must
with
have just
Edmonton
signed
at
with
that
Edmonton
time.
for 1 year to end his career. All right, back in a moment.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best known and best loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
Jones Chevrolet has been proudly serving Sumter since 1966. Longevity like that matters, and the Jones family name matters. Jones Chevrolet knows your new Chevrolet is an important investment, so that's why Jones Chevrolet offers their exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile powertrain warranty at no additional cost to you on most new Chevrolets purchased at Jones. Now that's peace of mind. Whether you're looking for a new Chevrolet, pre-owned vehicle, service, or parts and accessories, you can trust Jones Chevrolet to serve you with all your automotive needs. Shop online at joneschevy.com, where you can always get more car for less money, guaranteed. Together, let's drive. See dealer for complete warranty details.
Lighthouse Ministries' 26th annual barbecue is Monday, March 16th through Friday, March 20th at Holt Brothers Barbecue in Florence. This week-long signature event helps raise funds to help Florence County families who are struggling to meet their basic needs. Sponsorships and tickets are on sale now at lighthouseflorence.org/events. Barbecue plates are $12. Then starting Monday, March 16th, stop by Hope Brothers Barbecue in Florence and pick up, drive-through, or dine in and enjoy. For more information or tickets, go to lighthouseflorence.org/events.
Time to swing for the fences.
First pitch, swinging, drive to right field. Brown at the wall. It's gone.
These are the real sounds of spring in Columbia.
Stays in the stretch, and the first pitch grounded, and a diving stop by Bo Hollins, who dives to the bag, and he beats the hitter there. Scobie lifts a fly ball to deep center field. Back to the wall. He's looking up. It's over the batter's eye.
Tune in all season long on your home for South Carolina baseball.
Florence and the PDs, 96.3 ESPN Radio.
If you or a member of your household served in the military and are facing financial hardship caused by COVID-19, VA has resources that can help you stay in or obtain housing. To find out more, call the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 877-424-3838. Veterans without access to a phone should visit their closest VA medical center. The number again is 877-424-3838.
Prescription opioids can be addictive and dangerous.
We were driving to the supermarket, and as we entered the parking lot, a car ran a stop sign and completely T-boned us. When I was first prescribed my prescription pain meds, there was nobody to tell me these have a really high potential for addiction. How can I be addicted? I get these from my doctor.
Prescription opioids. It only takes a little to lose a lot. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
The road back to the postseason begins at spring training. The Atlanta Braves are reloaded and ready to remind the league that you can't sleep on Atlanta.
Into the chop house, a home run.
Catch every pitch of the spring, the biggest coverage from Florida, and an epic opening day in Atlanta against the Royals on March 27th, all right here.
Your home of the Atlanta Braves in Florence and the PD. 96.3 ESPN Radio. They're like Elon Musk. Well, they're human. Game day in the Carolinas.
Oh! Sorry, we're still buzzing over there.
That's all right.
Interview.
Yeah, it's a good interview. I enjoy talking to Coach Graham. Just
Absolutely.
a super guy.
Big thank you out to the PD Ice Cats and Coach Graham for calling in here on Game Day in the Carolinas. And you can do the same thing. 843-407. By the way, I did not mean to yell to start the thing. I don't know where that came from.
That's okay.
843-407-5812. Sometimes my brain just goes into weird places.
That's okay. We can stay on the coaching topic if you want to. I've got an article pulled up from Roto Prime or whatever it's called.
Was it? We go from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Yeah,
now,
it
right?
sounds like the group sounds kind of like a plumbing company. Is Roto something or another? But they were talking about coaches. Roto Baller. That's it. Coaches on the hot seat in college football for this season.
Okay.
Now, would you want to start the rankings from 10 and work your way back up to 1, or you want me to hit 1 and go down?
Let's go least hot to pants on fire.
Okay, to pants on fire. Least hot, according to Roto Baller. This is not Woody Fagan. This is not Matt Jordan. This is
the opinions of this website definitely are not the opinions of Matt and Woody.
Number 10. This one surprised me. Dabo Swinney from Clemson.
I wouldn't. Maybe. The man's won 2 national championships, though. I think he can call the shots when he wants to leave.
I kind of felt the same way, too. And though they haven't played up to the level of expectation, they still won. You know, they've got winning records. They're not exactly stinking it up, kind of like their in-state cousins are over in Columbia.
That's a good point.
All right, number 9, Jay Salville at Wyoming. Now, you always get this smattering of coaches on these lists from teams that you don't ever follow and you don't ever know. Now, we would only know Wyoming because of what? The Bills quarterback. Wasn't he from Wyoming? Yes.
Josh Allen? No.
Josh Allen played for Wyoming, I thought. Only school that gave him a look.
Yeah, it's either that or a MAC school. I can't remember.
No.
But here's the problem with Wyoming.
Josh Allen was Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming, didn't they just drop down?
I don't think so.
I don't even know what conference they're in.
That was the Vandals, I thought, from Idaho.
Idaho dropped down. Yeah, I think Wyoming's still in the Mountain West. Well, Mountain West is in a ton of upheaval.
Yeah, it is.
So that's a little difficult. I mean, Wyoming's always been the mid-table team anyways.
Yeah. Number 8, Bill Belichick, North Carolina.
Will he – this is what I legitimately would like to ask this question. I know I'm going to sound like somebody else here. Does he even coach a game this year?
There were significant odds on him never coaching a game in his first season.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to do it.
Does he make it does he even make it to the summer? I think at this point he's probably at the point of no return in the NFL.
He's definitely at the point of no return in the NFL. I mean, with all the drama around this 20-something-year-old woman that's flitting around him like a hummingbird, or a gnat is what I would say. Hummingbirds are actually pretty. A gnat. It just seems like he's lost credibility.
I would agree. And he hasn't been the same since, a lot of people, a lot of people are going to finish that sentence with, well, since he had a certain quarterback.
Yeah.
He really hasn't been the same since he started cheating.
Well, yeah. Supposedly picked up a decent recruit, I think, in the last week or two.
Yeah, but again, it's a recruit.
Yeah, it's a recruit.
All right, who we got?
Derek Mason, number 7, MTSU.
Boy, you want to talk about from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Yeah.
This guy was, remember when this guy was like Mr. Sex?
Yeah.
Because he was good at Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
And now, I can see Derek Mason saying bye-bye.
Yeah, the overall record doesn't look that great. I mean, 3-9.
Because I think he replaced James Franklin.
He replaced Rick Stockstill.
Oh, Rick Stockstill.
At MTSU.
Well, okay.
But he replaced
Franklin at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting. Number 6, Luke Fickell at Wisconsin.
He's perpetually on this list.
You know, it seems that way, and it seems the only reason he had a job or kept his job this season was maybe a buyout, and B, who were they going to get?
Yeah.
With the lottery that was going on with the other schools.
Well, they don't want to fire him anyways.
No.
Plus, he's got like he had a $20-something million buyout last year.
Yeah.
And Bo Pelini loves him, so.
Yeah. Next one. Number 5, Bill O'Brien, Boston College.
He's going to be fired.
I think so, too.
I'm actually surprised he still is at Boston College.
What happened to him? You're talking about from hot to not. I mean, this guy was one of the hottest commodities, and he gets to Houston, to the Texans, and does.
And a whole bunch of stuff comes out about him.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing. I think it's one thing when you're an assistant coach, you can kind of get away with being a jerk. I want to say something stronger, but we're on the radio.
Yeah.
You can get away with being a jerk as an assistant coach. You really can as a head coach. And when you try to bring that mentality as a head coach, it doesn't work out very well for you. Boston College is horrible. Absolutely. They were the drizzling bleeps this year.
Yep.
And that's saying something considering Cal and Stanford are in the league.
Well, imagine how things would have worked out. It's one of those things, I guess, when you look back at, you wish, okay, could we flip this script here and then sit down and watch it play out to see how things would have been different? Because he was a solid number 2 contender at Penn State behind James Franklin.
Yep.
What would have happened to Penn State had he gotten that job? I would have loved to find out.
Well,
I mean, that would be interesting.
Here's the other thing, too, about Boston College. I'll ask you my question here in a second.
Okay.
I think another thing that hamstrings Boston College, they don't have a lot of NIL.
No, they do not.
And I think that's hurting them in more than one realm, which leads me to my question. Who gets fired first at Boston College? Because I think they're both going to be, by this time next year, they're both going to be unemployed. But who gets fired first, Bill O'Brien or Earl Grant?
I'd say O'Brien.
Because I think Grant's only won one game in conference this year. It's one thing to win one game in conference in football because that's one of 9 or one of 8. But when it's one of 20?
In basketball.
Yeah.
Boston. I don't know. It might be a 2 for.
Yeah.
You might get a 2 for one on the same day.
Might get them both. Might get the AD as well. I don't know if they got a new AD or not.
Well, all right. Number 4, Shane Beamer, South Carolina.
I'm getting to the point now where if they start slow, I think if they start slow, it's going to be a Stern talking to. If he hasn't already had these Stern
he's had
talking
the Stern
to.
talking to.
I think he has to get the Gamecocks bowl eligible.
He's got to do better than that.
I think that's going to be bare minimum for him to keep his job.
He made the bold prediction they'd be in the playoff this year.
That's true. He did.
Now, that tells me you had the Stern talking to already. You start making bold predictions.
Well, you fired your offensive coordinator, so you've had your Stern talking to.
Yeah. I think you're sticking your neck out. You know, you've got to make that splash statement, and he's going to have to make it on the field.
Yeah, when you fire your offensive coordinator, that is, please don't fire me.
I just, not since Spurrier was there, can I say that I can honestly say that I felt, I'm just surprised that of the 3 major coaches for the men's programs, basketball, football, baseball, Shane Beamer's the one I have the most confidence in of the 3. I mean,
That's
it's always been baseball. I was always confident Ray Tanner will have that team ready.
I'll ask you that. I'll ask you the question because I think they both may end up having to update their resumes by the end of their respective seasons. I'll ask the same question: who gets fired first, Lamont or Shane?
I still have a feeling Lamont might get it this year.
I don't know. I mean,
$6 million buyout does not. It's a lot, but it doesn't seem like
it's down to 6.
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Because I thought it was 12.
I have to go back and double check, but I thought we were saying 6 earlier. But
maybe it drops to 6.
Well, here's the thing: name me one university that's sitting out there right now that could potentially fire 3 head coaches this year.
You know what? We laugh about that.
It's true.
But here's the thing: Donati is. Donati came in January of last year. Now he's had a full year on the job.
None of these guys are his hires.
And
they're not performing.
And they're not popular.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we can all sit here and it's what I told you. I don't know if we said that on the air or not. We might have. Of course, my short-term memory. It's turning into, when it comes to the baseball team, it's turning into Mark Kingston's excuses said in a calmer voice.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Injuries happen.
I don't.
And South Carolina, for some reason, I don't know if it is the curse of Reptar or what, but South Carolina seems to lose a top pitcher before the season starts to Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
I think now, what is this, 4 consecutive years?
But here's the thing. They've been doing that even in Ray Tanner's time, and they still managed to put something together. So that tells me you're not doing your job evaluating talent and bringing the right talent to your field.
And see, that also brings in the question. You brought in a guy, and listen, I've talked to Paul Maneri, rode up in an elevator with him.
I was going to say, you've been trapped in an elevator with him.
I've been trapped in an elevator with Paul Maneri. Great guy, brilliant baseball guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to question his credentials.
And a nice guy. He's an ambassador. He's a great guy.
But, yeah, everybody knew there was a but.
Yeah.
The thing is, between the time he left and the time he's returned, the entire college universe is different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna throw out the cliche question of, or do you think the game is passing by?
No, it didn't pass him. It changed.
It changed, and now it's you don't even get these guys for 3 years, half of them. So you're constantly having to look. You're constantly having to be in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, The Athletic asked a great question. I know we need to get through this list because time is running short.
But a couple more.
But The Athletic asked a great question because you had, and this is coming up in the Idiot of the Week, you had Jerome Tang snap at his players and then end up getting fired for it.
Yeah.
You had Mick Cronin basically eject one of his players,
mm-hmm.
And then go snap after a reporter, which, okay, that's Mick Cronin. But have you noticed that college coaches in football and basketball seem to be snapping a lot more frequently?
Every one of them's on edge now.
Even Dabo.
They're on edge.
Yeah, Dabo's been getting snippier and snippier and snippier.
Well, you look at Beamer's performance.
Beamer's getting snippier.
Same way.
Yeah.
I mean, downright ugly.
Yeah. And it's making me wonder if the stress from the NIL, the transfer portal, everything you got to deal with now, it makes me wonder, is that stress really worth it? And the reason why I brought that up while talking about Gamecock baseball is because how old is Paul Maneri now?
Well, he's up there. He's the oldest. One of the oldest coaches right now.
At least mid-60s, right? Maybe closer to 70.
He's in his 70s.
Yeah. Do you really think a 70-year-old man, I don't care who he is, what his diet is, how many surgeries he's had, do you think a 70-year-old man can handle the stress?
Well, the bigger question I ask myself is, why would you want to? You left the game as the winningest coach of all time. Why would you want to come back for that?
I think you do it for I think I can answer that because I think it's the same reason why Steve Spurrier took the job at South Carolina. They want the challenge.
Yeah, but
their egos.
The game had not changed that much when Spurrier came back.
No,
why would you agreeably come back now knowing NIL's here?
Yeah.
All this other garbage is going on.
I'll say it right now. Do I think Steve Spurrier would ever entertain even an interim role? Absolutely
if
not.
Steve Spurrier was 20 years younger, he would not come back right now.
And Spurrier's got to be close to his 80s.
I know. I mean, if he was still, if we're sitting where we are right now and South Carolina's open, and he's never been here before,
he wouldn't take this job.
No,
he wouldn't take this job.
He wouldn't make it. He would not make it because he would wind up saying something with that mouth that would get him canned or fired or whatever. He would do something.
That's another thing we need to discuss. We have not discussed that. And you know what? I'll tease my idiot. I've already teased the idiot of the week for me. It's Kansas State.
Okay.
But have you noticed that these athletic programs seem to be doing that a lot more? Because it seems like this is their back door to start to quell these or to not pay these insane buyouts, which I know it's in the story here somewhere. 18.7. If they would have not fired him for cause, Jerome Tang would have walked away with $18.7 million. That's a Kansas State.
Yeah.
Who has not won a damn thing since Frank Martin was there.
No, and they really didn't win it then.
They didn't win much then.
We'll talk about that on Idiot of the Week. But your third one on this list on the hot seat is one that I'm surprised is even still coaching at the school. Mike Loxley at Maryland.
He's had a lot of problems.
He's done a lot of talking, but ain't done a lot of winning.
No, he hasn't. You're right.
I mean, he does a lot of barking.
You're absolutely right.
And, the school made the change now. I think they might have been better had they stayed in the ACC, but the move to the Big Ten was, of course, financially more important.
I was about to say, allegedly, Maryland was baroque when they made the move, but I agree with you. At least when you're in the ACC for 10 of those years, you wouldn't have had to go in cross country.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Because it seems like Maryland is one of those schools that you think they're going to turn the corner. This is the year. This is the year.
The paper looks good.
Yeah, and they start off hot, and then when they get into to the meat of their schedule, womp womp.
Yep, it falls apart. And not so much of it can be blamed on injuries as much as it can be blamed on coaching.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Number 2, Dave Aranda from Baylor.
Yeah, he's going to be fired.
Okay. Number 1, Mike Norvell, Florida State.
How much is his buyout?
Doesn't say in the article.
Because that's what they
there.
said is the main reason why Mike Norvell still has a job is because Florida State cannot afford his buyout.
That's the first sentence of this. He said it's amazing he's even on the list because the only thing saving him is Florida State's unwillingness to pay his buyout.
You think Mike Norvell is going to say anything bad about his players this year?
No,
absolutely not.
No.
Speaking of which, we should break her, but that's an interesting list.
Yeah,
I think
a pretty accurate one. I think
I would agree. I think if Florida State starts out slow, the boosters will find the money.
Yeah.
The boosters will find the money.
Agreed.
All right. Guess what time it is when we come back? It is that time of the week.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in years? That's why it's so easy to contact a local auto owners agent. Make insurance buying easy. That's simple human sense. Give me, Terry Richburg, a call at 803-775-1168 and ask if auto owners make sense for you.
New year, new deals at High Point Furniture. It's a store-wide furniture sale, and everything is priced to move. Sofas, sectionals, bedrooms, dining rooms. Never before seen low prices on the styles you love. Shop 2 great locations, 1916 West Evans Street in Florence and 873 Broad Street in Sumter. Hey, don't wait. Refresh your home with great brand names for less and start the year in comfort and style. High Point Furniture, where New Year's savings begin.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let community broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name.
They're back. Equipment Rental Service has a fantastic deal on CarolinaSaves.com. Pick up a 2-pack of 20-pound propane refills. A $34 value now for half price. Go to CarolinaSaves.com and click on the Florence tab.
Time to swing for the fences.
First pitch, swinging, drive to right field. Brown at the wall. It's gone.
These are the real sounds of spring in Columbia.
Stays in the stretch, and the first pitch grounded, and a diving stop by Bo Hollins, who dives to the bag, and he beats the hitter there. Scobie lifts a fly ball to deep center field. Back to the wall. He's looking up. It's over the batter's eye.
Tune in all season long on your home for South Carolina baseball.
Florence and the Petey's, 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Did you know that most adults with autism are unemployed, and a major hurdle is the lack of job opportunities? That's why Autism Speaks is teaming up with Lee Container, the J. Donald and Laurel Lee Family Foundation Fund, and Delivering Jobs to create a more inclusive workforce in the U.S. Are you an HR professional, community leader, or business owner? Join us in creating a workforce where people of all abilities can contribute and thrive. To learn more, visit autismspeaks.org/employment.
Hey, Joe, I thought you were retired.
Living on a fixed income is tough. So here I am, an essential worker.
I know. I mean, food prices are going up every day. Thank goodness for benefitscheckup.org.
Benefits what?
benefitscheckup.org. It's a free website where people over 60 can find help to pay for food, medicine, even utilities. I got $1,200 a year in benefits. Maybe it can help you.
It's another fantastic deal on CarolinaSaves.com from Hartsville Lumber and Barns. An 8x8 wooden storage building with metal roof and treated runners. Normally $1,600, now reduced to $800. Go to CarolinaSaves.com and click on the Florence tab.
One of them is banned from every message board in the world. The other is Woody. It's game day in the Carolinas.
Yeah, I'm banned from every message board in the world. What's your point?
Yeah, well, you got to set goals, man.
Yeah.
Set goals.
All right.
Welcome to the Idiot of the Week, brought to you by Mr. Rob Weiland and Men with Shirts. Give him a call at 843-260-1105. Check out his Facebook page, menwithshirts.com, or his Facebook page, also titled Men with Shirts. Rob can save you money for your small business. He can help you design a logo, get it on a cup, a hat, a koozie, a t-shirt, and he can do it affordably for you. You don't have to make the big 500 quantity deal. You can buy one or two and do it very, very affordably. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Rob's a great guy. He's a Maryland fan, unfortunately, but he's still a great guy, and I hear he's an average golfer. But anyway, he's our proud sponsor of our Idiot of the Week segment, and I'm going to kick this off with a story you know is going to be good because it starts off,
That's
Florida,
so Florida.
Man.
That's so Florida. I need to steal the That's So Florida thing that Palmer's got.
That's a good idea. Florida man arrested for allegedly tossing an alligator into Wendy's drive-thru window. Because apparently in Florida you carry around your protective
State
alligator.
law, sir.
You know, he goes to a Wendy's drive-thru, orders a soft drink.
Emotional support alligator.
What he'd actually done is gone down the road and found the the alligator picked it up and brought it back, orders a soft drink, goes to the drive-thru window, and tosses it through the window. Woo! They tracked him down by his bank records because he bought a 7-Eleven soda, a big gulp or whatever it's called, and they're able to find him based on the purchase, what he paid for at the Wendy's. So
He bought a big gulp.
his bail was set at $6,000, and he was ordered to stay out of all Wendy's, according to online court records. And I would also throw in there and stay away from alligators. But I digress. Everyone in Florida has to carry an alligator.
But is he banned from buying the Wendy's chili in the grocery store?
But you see he's banned from all Wendy's.
You can buy that now.
Yeah, but I don't know. It might set off something in his mind, and
you might get the cravings.
Toss an alligator.
He's got the cravings again. It's the cravings, man.
Who knew?
Yeah. Well, my idiot of the week is Kansas State. And the story has been out there since Monday when he got fired after going on a rant about how half his players don't deserve to wear the uniform. So Kansas State fired him with cause because they didn't want to pay $18.7 million for his buyout. So all of a sudden, it's for cause. Isn't it funny, Woody, that seems to be the modus operandi of a lot of schools lately?
That does not seem to be cause for me. That's not, to me, anything. He didn't say anything profane. He didn't say anything vulgar.
He didn't hit a player.
Never hit anybody. Never made contact. Didn't threaten anybody. Didn't brandish a weapon. There was no nudity involved.
No alligators involved either.
He spoke his mind about his disgust with the team performance.
Yes.
That is not with cause, in my opinion.
Right. It's disgusting.
He was fired for doing his job.
Congratulations to the athletic director of Kansas State when you're going to owe him more than the $18.7 million because it was a bad fire and it wasn't for God.
And to the head coach, the former head coach of Kansas State, you got paid, baby.
You got paid, Daddy. Somebody gonna be on TV for the rest of his life.
You're gonna be pretty rich here soon.
And by the way, the Kansas State athletic director is Gene Taylor.
He needs to be out of a job.
He will be out of a job very soon. So yeah,
unbelievable.
Remember when the College of Charleston had that problem?
Yes.
Because what was it? Their basketball coach was fired for abuse.
That's not abuse.
It's not abuse. And by the way, their College of Charleston's baseball coach was fired for abuse too.
Yeah.
And it turned out that the athletic director was good friends with Chad Holbrook or something like that.
It was something along those lines, yeah. Abuse.
Yeah, I'm firing you for cause because I don't want to pay you the buyout money.
I can see the players going to the athletic director now. He busted us.
He raised his voice. You need to fire him today. I guarantee you, not one player on that team was sitting there going, well, okay, he deserved to be fired. Jeez. All right, we've bloviated enough.
It's sad.
But we're going to be talking about that more. I got a feeling we're going to be talking about that more as the summer progresses.
For sure.
All right. For Woody and Matt, see you next week.
Hey, it's Tony Zach with Mr. Sparky. Our team is available 24/7. We stand ready to help you with any of your electrical emergencies or your electrical upgrades. We install generators, surge